what you are becoming. Say the word slowly. Believe. It begins softly with B and ends with a gentle leave. When you pronounce it, let the sound flow naturally. Bily. V. Remember, the leave part sounds like leave. Feel how smooth it is? It should sound confident and clear, just like the meaning behind it. When you say, I believe, you are planting a seed of confidence in your heart. The more often you repeat it, the stronger that seed grows. Now let's connect belief with another important word, achieve. To achieve means to reach a goal after effort. The pronunciation is a TSI, I've. Say it with me, achieve. The TH sound is soft, like in chair, and the I've sounds the same as in believe. Notice the connection? To believe and to achieve share not only a similar sound, but also a similar spirit. You must first believe before you can achieve. Nobody ever achieved something without believing that it was possible first. You can't reach a mountain you don't think you can climb. You can't learn a language you keep telling yourself you're bad at. So start with belief, and achievement will follow. And the third word you should remember is success. To say it correctly, pronounce it as S-E-E-K-S-E-S. It begins softly with sa and ends with a strong, confident ses. Listen carefully to the rhythm. Success. The stress is on the second syllable. Success means reaching a goal, completing a mission, or creating something valuable through effort. But here's a truth many people forget. Success doesn't start with results. It starts with mindset. The moment you believe in yourself, you are already successful because you are on the right path. The result will come later, but the belief must come first. Let's look at a few real examples. A young student once said, I can't speak English because my accent is bad. I told him to change his words, to say, I am learning to speak English with confidence. He started believing in his progress instead of his problems. Within months, he spoke more clearly than ever before. Not because he learned hundreds of new grammar rules, but because he stopped judging himself. His belief opened the door to growth. Another learner told me, I'll never pass my English exam. I always fail. I asked her to repeat, I will pass this time because I am preparing better. That small change in belief created motivation. She studied with focus, practiced daily, and passed with high marks. The only thing that changed was her mindset. She started believing in herself, and that belief changed everything else. Belief is not just thinking positively, it's acting on faith. It means doing your best even when you are scared, even when the outcome is uncertain. When you say, I believe in myself, you are giving yourself permission to try. You are saying, I trust that I can learn, even if it takes time. That's what learning English or anything in life requires. Courage to continue. Every word you learn, every mistake you make, every sentence you practice is a sign that you are growing. Belief keeps you moving forward when fear tries to hold you back. Here are a few simple affirmations you can repeat every day to build your confidence in English and in yourself. Say them slowly, clearly, and with feeling. I believe in myself. I can achieve my goals. I am improving every day. I speak English with confidence. I am proud of my progress. I am becoming fluent and fearless. Each time you say these affirmations, imagine yourself succeeding. Picture yourself speaking English easily, smiling, feeling confident in conversations, or expressing your ideas clearly. Visualization strengthens belief. When your mind can see it, your heart starts to feel it, and your actions begin to follow it. This is not magic. It's mindset. You are training your brain to expect success instead of fear. Remember, your belief in yourself is like a light in a dark room. The stronger you make it, the more darkness disappears. Self-doubt is normal. It visits everyone, but you don't have to let it stay. When you feel afraid, speak belief out loud. Say, I can do this. When you feel like quitting, whisper to yourself, I will keep going. When someone doubts you, tell yourself, their opinion does not define me. You are the only person who can decide what you are capable of. Nobody can give you belief. You have to build it from within. But once you have it, nothing can take it away. If you ever wonder whether you are good enough, remind yourself of how far you've come. Think about the first time you tried to say a full sentence in English, the first time you watched a movie without subtitles, or the first time you understood a new word just by listening. Those moments are proof that you are improving. And if you could grow that much before, imagine how much more you can achieve with belief guiding you. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. So, keep these 3 words close to your heart. Believe, achieve, success. They are connected like a chain. Belief gives you the courage to start, achievement comes from the effort you give, and success is the reward that follows. Say them clearly, pronounce them with confidence, and live by them daily. Your belief will turn mistakes into lessons, lessons into improvements, and improvements into success. You are capable, you are strong, and you are enough. Always remember, the most important person who must believe in you is you. Stop comparing. Start improving. Comparison is one of the most powerful forces in our lives, and yet it is also one of the most dangerous. From childhood, we are surrounded by comparisons. Teachers compare students, society compares success, and even we compare ourselves every day. But when you are learning English or trying to grow in life, comparison can easily steal your happiness and your progress. The truth is simple. You are not in competition with anyone else. You are only in competition with who you were yesterday. The phrase, you versus you, is not just motivational. It's the most practical mindset you can have. When you stop comparing yourself to others and start improving yourself, you become unstoppable. You stop wasting energy on jealousy or self-doubt and start investing it in your own growth. In English, the word compare means to look at 2 or more things and find their differences or similarities. We often use comparative forms like better than, stronger than, or smarter than. For example, we say, this book is better than that one, or I am stronger than I was last year. These structures help us describe change and progress. But notice something important here. When you use these words to describe yourself compared with your past self, they become powerful tools for growth. Saying I am better than I was yesterday is healthy. It focuses your attention on your own journey. But saying I am not as good as other people destroys your confidence because it takes your focus away from your personal improvement. The goal of life and learning is not to be better than others. It's to be better than before. Let's explore this idea more deeply. When you compare yourself to others, you are judging your chapter 1 by someone else's chapter 20. You are looking at the result of their years of effort without seeing their struggles. their failures, or their private doubts. You only see the highlight reel, not the behind-the-scenes story. And that kind of comparison creates pain. It tells you that you are not enough, even when you are doing your best. But when you compare yourself to your own past, you see progress. You start to say, "Last month, I couldn't speak a full English sentence, but now I can." Or, "Last year, I was afraid to talk to people in English, but now I try without fear." These are signs of real success, the kind that builds confidence from the inside out. In English, comparatives and superlatives help us express differences in degrees. For example, "I am more confident than before. My English is better than last year. I am stronger than I used to be." Each of these sentences shows improvement. You can even use the word less to describe reduction in negative traits. "I am less afraid than before. I am less distracted than I was last month." The structure is simple, but the meaning is powerful. It gives you a way to measure growth, not competition. You can create your own affirmations using comparative forms. "I am better than I was. I am more focused than before. I am calmer than yesterday." When you speak these sentences aloud, they remind your mind that progress is happening right now. The most dangerous comparison is the one that tells you someone else's success means your failure. It's easy to think, "That person speaks English fluently, so I'll never be that good." But the truth is, their success has nothing to do with your potential. Their journey is theirs, and yours is yours. They might have started earlier, practiced differently, or simply had more opportunities. But none of that can stop you from improving. If you spend your time watching what others are doing, you lose time to improve yourself. The more attention you give to others, the less focus you have for your own progress. So the next time you catch yourself comparing, stop and redirect your energy. Ask yourself, "What can I do today to be a little better than yesterday?" That's the only question that matters. Let's look at the key vocabulary for this lesson. Compare, progress, improve, and focus. The word compare means to examine the difference or similarity between two things. Progress means movement forward or gradual improvement over time. Improve means to make something better through effort or practice. And focus means to give your full attention to one important goal. Together, these words form a powerful sentence. When I stop comparing, I can focus on my progress and improve myself. Repeat that sentence aloud. It's simple, but it captures the entire message of growth and confidence. Here's something important to understand. Real improvement is quiet. You don't always notice it every day. It's like watching a tree grow. You don't see it moving, but every day it grows a little taller, a little stronger, until one day you look up and realize it's huge. That's how progress works. When you practice English daily, even for a few minutes, you are growing. Every mistake you correct, every word you learn, every sentence you practice, it all adds up. But if you keep comparing your English to someone else's, you'll feel small and unmotivated. Don't let that happen. Instead, celebrate your small victories. The first time you speak without fear, the first time you understand a movie scene, the first time you write a message confidently, those are all wins. Let's practice using comparatives for self-growth. I am more confident than I was last week. I speak English better than before. I am less nervous when I talk now. My pronunciation is clearer than yesterday. I am more focused and motivated than ever. These sentences are simple, but they are full of strength. When you use language this way, you are training your brain to see progress instead of problems. Every small step matters because improvement is not about big leaps. It's about consistency. You become stronger each time you repeat, practice, and learn. Now let's add today's phrase of the day. Focus on your own journey. This phrase is short but powerful. To focus on your own journey means to pay attention to your path, your speed, your goals, and your growth. It means ignoring the noise around you and giving your full attention to what matters most, your own progress. Say it slowly. Focus on your own journey. Feel the rhythm of the words. When you truly understand this phrase, you stop wasting time worrying about others. You stop looking sideways and start looking forward. There is a peace that comes when you stop comparing. You begin to enjoy learning again. You stop measuring your value by how others perform. You start seeing your journey as something beautiful and personal. When you focus on your own journey, you don't need to rush. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You just keep improving quietly, day by day, until your results speak for themselves. Remember, comparison steals joy, but focus creates growth. So from today, make a promise to yourself. Stop comparing. Start improving. Use comparatives wisely to compare your past with your present, not yourself with others. Use progress as your motivation. Use focus as your power. And remind yourself every day, I am better than I was. I am improving. I am growing. I am focused on my own journey. If you live by these words, your growth in English and in life will never stop. Because the only person you truly need to beat is the person you were yesterday. And every day, you're already winning that game. Be bold. Be different. There comes a moment in everyone's life when they must decide who they truly want to be. A follower who walks the path others have drawn, or a creator who makes a new one. To live fully, to succeed, and to express yourself confidently, you must learn to be bold. Being bold does not mean being rude or reckless. It means having the courage to be yourself, to speak your truth, to follow your dream, and to live in a way that feels honest to you. The word bold in English means brave, confident, and unafraid of taking risks. It is the opposite of ordinary. It is the opposite of fear. When you are bold, you stand tall even when people doubt you. You try even when you might fail. You express your thoughts even when others stay silent. In English and in life, boldness is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Many people are afraid to be bold because they are afraid to be different. They worry about what others will think. They worry about being judged, about making mistakes, about not fitting in. But here is the truth. No great person in history ever became successful by doing what everyone else was doing. Every great inventor, artist, leader, or creator had to go against the crowd at some point. They had to think differently, act differently, and believe differently. To go against the crowd means to do something that most people avoid. It means following your own vision, even if others don't understand it yet. When you go against the crowd, you choose courage over comfort. You choose growth over approval. In English, we also use the phrase stand out. To stand out means to be noticed, to be unique, to shine in your own way. For example, we can say, her ideas stand out because they are creative, or He stands out from the crowd because of his confidence. When you stand out, you are not trying to be better than others. You are simply being yourself so authentically that people notice your originality. Every successful person stands out because they have found what makes them special and use it proudly. In your English journey, standing out might mean speaking even when you are not perfect, sharing your ideas in class, or writing with your own voice instead of copying others. It's about being brave enough to use your individuality as your strength. Another expression you should learn is think outside the box. This phrase means to think creatively, to look beyond traditional or expected ideas. When you think outside the box, you find new solutions, create fresh ideas, and surprise people with your imagination. It's what inventors do when they create something new. It's what great communicators do. Also grows faster. Why? Because they are bold. They are willing to take risks. They are not afraid to fail in front of others. Every time they try, they become stronger. Being bold in learning means speaking up even when your grammar isn't perfect, asking questions when you don't understand, and believing that your ideas matter. The students who make mistakes with courage often improve faster than those who stay silent with fear. To be bold also means to trust your inner voice. Sometimes people around you will tell you what you should do, what job to take, what dreams to follow, even how to live. But their experiences are not your experiences. Their limits are not your limits. Only you know what truly makes you happy. If your heart tells you to become a teacher, an artist, a traveler, or even a public speaker, then follow that voice. People may laugh or doubt you, but one day they will admire you for having the courage they didn't have. As the saying goes, success belongs to those who dare to be different. That means only the people who are brave enough to be themselves and take unusual